over 3 decades, one man has stood at the forefront of Jewish life in Russia, leading with unwavering commitment, courage, and faith. Rabbi Beryl Lazar, Chief Rabbi of Russia, has not only revitalized Jewish communities across the former Soviet Union, but has also been a global ambassador for the Jewish people. From rebuilding shuls and schools, to ensuring that every Jew, no matter where they are, has access to their heritage, Rabbi Lazar's leadership has been a beacon of light in times of challenge and triumph. His work extends far beyond Russia's borders, whether standing before world leaders, advocating for Jewish rights, or bringing Torah and Yiddishkeit to the farthest corners of the earth. Rabbi Lazar embodies the responsibility of Klal Yisroel, caring for every Jew in every place. Tonight, we are honored to welcome a leader, a visionary, and a true servant of the Jewish people. Please welcome the Chief Rabbi of Russia, Rabbi Beryl Lazar.
A good tevach. First of all, great being here. I think for each one of us, but especially for me. So I think it's a eye-opener for me, everything that I saw here this Shabbos. And I'm sure each one of the participants feels the same. We're empowered to go out and bring Mashiach. How do we do that? So just imagine that somebody will tell you, you can save the Bibas children. What are you ready to do to save them? I could promise you that if you turn to any Jew anywhere in the world and you tell him these words, he's going to say, I'm in. I'm ready. I'm ready to do whatever is needed to save these children. So you know what? The Rambam, it's a big halachic issue, but the Rambam says that a Jew that is out there, that is not part of Project Inspire, doesn't go to a Chabad house, doesn't join a minyan every day, he is a tinek shenishba, bein ha'akum. He's a child that was captivated. He's being held hostage by non-Jews. He's actually maybe living in the free world, but deep inside, what is going on with him? He's a hostage. He's in Gaza. He's suffering. He's hurting. And you are the one that can save him. And this is really what we have to realize, that these Jews that say no, I heard tonight somebody says, you want to learn? And he says no. I always say, oh, you are my client. Those that say yes, somebody else will take care of them. They don't need me. When somebody says no, I say, oh, wow, that's what I was looking for. And let's start talking. And invite him for Shabbos, send him some shmura matzah, send him a book, put on tefillin on him, make a small change. This will trigger bigger changes. If a Shabbos meal can bring this beautiful family to be mekarev others, it's like Herbalife. I don't know what it's called. You know, it goes and goes and it grows. And the schar, at the end of the day, we are the ones that get the schar from his balei teshuvas and his balei teshuvas and his balei teshuvas. But people say, people are not interested in listening. I look at them in their eyes, they don't want to talk to me. So let me share with you a very famous Gemara. A person goes over to Shammai and he says, teach me the whole Torah while I'm standing on one foot. Shammai takes a stick and starts running after him. I don't know if he hit him or didn't hit him, but he managed to run away and he ended up by Hillel. And he tells the same story again. Can you teach me the whole Torah while I'm standing on one foot? So first of all, how long was he planning on standing on one foot? If you ask a person, how long can you stand on one foot? They'll tell you, I don't know. Try it. Try it at home. See how long you can stand on one foot. Every person stands at a different time. If he's a good sportsman, he could stand longer. If he's not so balanced, less. What kind of time limit is while I'm standing on one foot? Say I have 5 minutes, I'm running late to a meeting. What's on 1 foot? And also, he says, teach me the whole Torah. What, is he stupid? He thinks he could learn the whole Torah on 1 foot? And what does he answer him? Oh, he has a good trick. Don't do to him what you don't want somebody else to do to you. That's the whole Torah. The rest is commentary. Now go learn. Oh, you tricked me. You said you're going to teach the whole Torah, and then you tell me go learn. So you didn't teach me the whole Torah. So what is going on over here? There are many mefarshim, many pirushim. I want to share a thought that I had. This person is telling him, I'm standing on 1 foot. What does Shammai see? He sees somebody mocking Torah, laughing at us. You guys are learning Torah. Every day you learn. What are you learning? You can do it all in 1 second. Shammai gets angry, starts hitting him. Mefarshim say, why makasabinyan? He goes to Hillel. What does Hillel say? What does he see? He sees somebody picking up his foot and he's ready to take 1 step. That's why he's standing on 1 foot. He wants to take 1 step. He says, tell me, can I do 1 step? Is that going to be enough? Or you're planning to turn me into somebody with a black hat, black beard, or white beard? Tell me the truth. What do you want from me? And you tell me, you know what? I want you to do 1 mitzvah. 1 mitzvah. Don't hurt 1 person. You know who you're not going to hurt? Lechavrech, your friend. Why does he say it in the negative way? Dalach sani. Because he's telling him, even though he hurt you, he did something against you, he's your competition, he built a business right next door, he did something to hurt you, this person is terrible, he was your friend, and look what he did to you. Exactly what he did to you, don't do to him. Dalach sani, you can't stand it. How could he do such a bad thing to you? And you say, you know what, I'm going to do it back to him? No, exactly the opposite. Zeu kol hatera kula, now go learn. And you're going to take a 2nd step, a 3rd step, a 4th step. You could already imagine what this person became and who he was if the Gemara tells us this whole story. Around a year and a half ago, after October 7th, all of a sudden I got a phone call. We heard you're traveling to Israel. There's somebody that wants to see you. And I always say the answer is always going to be yes. And who's nudging me this time? Oh, it's actually a lady that was a hostage. She thinks you can help. I said, listen, I don't know if I can help, but to meet anyone, I'm always ready. And I'm in Israel with my wife, and this Elena Trufanova comes with her future daughter-in-law, and they come to meet us, and they ask me to do things that are not too realistic. But I tell them, you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it together. Whatever it's going to take, we're going to do it. Don't worry. Your son, Alexander, is going to come out of captivity. I promise you. Let's go to the Kaisel. Anyways, I don't know if that was the first time that she was by the Kaisel, but when she came there, Baruch Hashem, she decided on the spot that she's going to start keeping Shabbos. Now, to understand how far this family was from Yiddishkeit, her husband that was murdered was not Jewish. Her son, that was at that time in captivity, was far from Yiddishkeit as far as you can go. 0 connection. And when I say 0, it's 0. And you know, you all heard the story of Sapir Cohen, the way she was creating the Perek Tilim, and there was also, she started davening a month before Simchas Torah. There was no connection, even though her parents are from a frum family, and this Elena was completely disconnected. Fast forward, all of a sudden, she's keeping Shabbos. She's davening 3 times a day, Shachris, Mincha, Mairi, with every little detail. And she has questions, am I supposed to say this way or that way, and tell me here and tell me there? She says Tillim every Shabbos. Takes her 4.5 hours to say Tillim. And then during the week again she says Tillim. And the question she asks on Tillim, she understands what she's saying. And I'm telling her, don't worry, I promise you one thing. First of all, trach gut wird sein gut. Think it's going to be okay, you'll see it's going to be okay. Positivity, you have to, and the mitzvahs that you're doing, the tefillas, it's for sure going to help. And throughout the whole time, after I promised her that everything's going to be okay, she has one question. She says, you know my problem, real problem, I start believing you that it's going to come out. But once he sees what happened to me, what happened to his girlfriend, he's going to think that we went crazy. Why, he's going to keep Shabbos? Are you crazy? Do you know what this guy is going to see when he sees us keeping Shabbos? It's going to be terrible. I have nothing to answer her. But I tell you, you know what? If you're going to daven, while you're davening, you should come out of... You should also daven that you should be strong over there. And the Emunah should come back. Anyways, they came to Moscow to visit. Just, you should understand how close we got to them. My wife, who's here tonight, and the whole Shabbos, thanked her for bringing me here. You can applaud her. My wife became her sister, Kipshute. Every single day, they're on the phone. Their future daughter-in-law became my daughter's sister, and they're on the phone every day. And they became really family. And this is really the connection you have to have with every single Jew. They are family. And you soon see how family works. Anyways, Baruch Hashem, you all heard the news that he came out, but let me tell you one interesting point. We've been telling them, not only is he going to come out, we'll be there to greet him when he comes out. We promise you, we'll be there in Israel. And they ask us, how do you know? What, are you going to move to Israel? How do you know that you're going to be in Israel? He said, listen, we are also davening. We want to see him as much as you want to see him. He's our brother. He's our son. We want to see him and we're going to be there. And you all heard the story of the wedding. Baruch Hashem. Friday, all of a sudden we find out. The wedding was on Wednesday. Friday we found out that he's on the list coming out on Shabbos. And Elena Trufanova calls me up and she says, I'm keeping Shabbos. What should I do? Am I allowed to go meet my son by the border or I have to keep Shabbos? Trust me, it's a tough halachic question. And I answered it that she's allowed. But she made sure that no news will take any pictures or nothing to be Mechal Shabbos. They shouldn't publish anything until Motzei Shabbos. But the whole time she's telling me on Friday already, when she already heard that it's coming out, he says, you know what I'm really worried about? When he's going to see your hat and your beard, he's going to run away. So I said, I'm not so scary, you know, like the lady on the plane. She was scary. I'm not so scary. And I tell her, don't worry, we'll figure out. I'll be nice. Don't worry, I'm not so terrible. Anyways, Motzei Shabbos. The first phone call that he asked to make was he called our family while we were still in the middle of Sheva Broches. We all said a Mavdil, and he was thanking us for helping his mother and helping his girlfriend and being connected to the family. And he saw me with a hat and beard, and he wasn't so shocked, but I still didn't know. He knew that we helped them, he found out, but I didn't know what he's going to do actually when he's going to see me, face to face. Anyways, I'm supposed to go to him Motzei Shabbos, and they tell me it's still not going to work. Tomorrow morning, okay, how do we get there? They tell us they allow in the hospital only very close family members. So this Elena told them, actually they're family. It's not just, friends, rabbis. It's our family. These are our family. That's my sister, and that's my brother-in-law, and that's... So we came there as family. We come there to the hospital. They look at us. They can't figure out what kind of family are we with them. But Baruch Hashem, we passed the face control, and we're standing there by the door, and they say, how many are you? So we say, we're actually 6. We came with our daughters because they're also sisters, and whatever, all brothers and sisters. And they say 6 people. Maximum they allow 1 or 2 people for maximum 5 to 10 minutes and no phones. So I'm already hiding my phone. I have two phones. One phone goes here, one phone. This is my phone. I'm already thinking, how am I going to take a picture? I want a picture with him. They don't allow phones. They don't allow you to go in for more than 5 minutes. And at a certain point, they ask, how many are you? And my wife says, we are actually one. And that statement, we are actually one, broke the ice. And he said, if that's the case, we're going to make you meet them, not in the hospital. There's a courtyard outside, and we're going to open it for you, that you should be able to sit with him there. Anyways, Baruch Hashem, we're able to go down to the courtyard and wait for him. Every second felt like, I don't know, a million years. And when he came out of that door, and he saw me, and he came over to me to hug me, I can't describe what happened at that moment. I broke down. I couldn't believe it. Such a special neshama, hugging me, holding me tight. And Baruch Hashem, we're able to be there for an hour and a half with our phones and with the tefillin, and I put on tefillin on him, and I keep on saying, and I'm going to repeat it again and again. If once in my lifetime, at Ne'ilah Yom Kippur, I'm going to be at the darga that this Alexander ben Leah was, when he put on tefillin, the way he was davening went to the core of my neshama. I was so touched. I was so I was in ecstasy. I couldn't believe it. This is the boy that they were saying that's going to be afraid of a hat and a beard. This is the holiest Jew that I ever met. I'm not going to repeat what happened in an hour and a half. I'm not going to repeat all the discussions that we had from then. In Mirz Hashem, from here, we're flying to Israel to sit down with him, to plan in Mirz Hashem their future life. I want to just share one small story. He came out and he tells his mother that every hostage in Gaza had to have a nickname. A name according to the Muslim tradition. So you can choose Muhammad or I don't know all the names. And they gave him a list of names to choose from. And he crossed it all out. This is not good, that's not good, I don't like it. And at a certain point, he chose a name. And he tells his mother, the name that I chose, you know who I became? I became Yusuf. And when she heard that, she said, oh my gosh. When she was in the most hard moment in this whole history, when she was giving up hope, she decided she's going to open up a Chumash and see what is the message that the Torah is telling her. And what did she open the Chumash on? The Geir al-Agra, the story of Yosef HaTzadik being in the pit, and everybody gave up on him. His brothers, his father, and you can think that there's no future to this boy. And Allah Ligdullah, he saved the Jewish people, he saved the world. And she said, that's what my son is going to do. This is the message, I'm not giving up. He's going to come out, he's going to change the world. You have no idea how many messages I got of people that decided to put on tefillin because they saw Sasha Trufanov putting on tefillin. This boy is going to change the world. And each one of us could be the Yosef HaTzadik. Yossi Friedman, you are the Yosef HaTzadik. I have a lot more to tell you. I'm afraid he's going to fire me on the spot. Yossi, you better buy me a watch. Anyways, I'm going to stop right now, even though, believe me, I could go on forever. I want to just share one bakosha. Yesterday, there's a beautiful sefer that one of the first foreigners the Rebbe gave out. It's called Hayom Yom. Every day has a message. Yesterday, the message was that every single Jew is a shliach. Some people know a shliach, met a shliach. Every Jew is a shliach. Each one of us is the shliach from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to go out to every single Jew. And every single Jew is a Sasha Trufanov. That we think he's so far away, he's so scared of us, we don't bite. We actually are Eden that care for each other. And when we see somebody that is missing the beauty of Yiddishkeit, that we, Baruch Hashem, are able to celebrate, it's not fair not to share it with them. So we have to do it with a smile. We have to show them how beautiful it is, how special it is, to be a Yid, to be a Jew, to be involved, to help other Jews to get involved. And I have no doubt that this Shabbos and what's going to come out of this Shabbos is going to be a big, big step. Not only a regel achas, one big step that we're all going to take to go likras Mashiach tzidkenu in the Geula Amitis Vashlema, Bekorev Mamish, now. A good tevach.